Hello everyone, welcome back, and thanks to those who are watching my videos and supporting my newest channel. So today I wanted to do a book review on a book I just finished. It's called You Are Badass at Making Money. Now this book, honestly, it changed my whole perspective on how to make money, how to make sure you can achieve your goals on making money, how to become wealthy, and all this stuff. The book mainly talks about on how to become wealthy, how to get money attracted to you. So I'm sorry, my throat, guys. So it's how to attract money. There you go, better way of saying it. How to attract money. And the way she speaks about it, it's really amazing to me on how easy it is to do it. And I didn't believe it, but from personal experience, it is true. So she pretty much says that in order to attract money, you have to visualize it. You have to see the money there. You have to keep thinking about it constantly. Keep telling yourself that you have that money, you're gonna get that money, etc., etc. So you have to visualize like you already have it. And if you visualize it, obviously it's not going to appear out of magic, but if you visualize it in one way, shape, or form, you're going to attract those however much amount of money you're visualizing. And it's true because me, when I drive for Uber, it's like I tell myself I need to make this amount of money today, and I have to make it, and I have to make it. And 90% of the time it actually happens. I make the amount of money that I keep telling myself I want to make. You know what I mean? And it's so astonishing to me that I do this every once in a while, but I don't do it constantly, because most of the time it's just like, oh, we're broke. And that's another thing she talks about, is like, you can't keep telling yourself that you're broke. You can't keep saying like, oh, but I'm broke. Oh, let's go eat. Oh no, but we're broke. Oh, let's go buy this. Oh no, but we're broke. It's more of figure out what you want to get, visualize it, and figure out how to get it. Don't keep telling yourself, oh no, we're broke. Oh, we can't do it because we're broke. That's one thing she really stresses in that book, is that you can't keep telling yourself that, because all you're doing is attracting that negativity and pushing away, the money, the positive, that one thing you really want. So that really caught my attention, because that's one thing I do a lot. It's like, oh no, but I'm broke. Or when my wife tells me like, oh, do you mind if we buy this? Oh no, we can't, we're broke. Instead of telling her like what I want to do, is start telling her like, oh yeah, just give me a day or two so we can get it. Because we have to visualize that we have it. We have to, I have to push myself to make sure that we could get that thing. So that's one thing that she really stresses, like, do not give yourself that negativity, because that's all you're gonna attract, is that negativity, that broke, and she's right, because every time it's like, oh no, but we don't have the money. Oh no, but we don't have the money. And it's like, don't tell yourself that you don't have the money. Tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna get the money. Pretty much, we'll get it. Don't worry, we'll get it. Think positive. Bring positivity into your mind. Another thing she really stresses about in the book, and I recommend that you guys really read it. I'm gonna try to link it in the description below. Another thing she really talks about is surrounding yourself with positive people that push you to do better, people that want you to do better for yourself. And that's another experience of mine where I was just surrounded by negative people. Sadly, a lot of it was family. And until a few months back, me and my wife decided, we're like, you know what? We just have to kind of distance ourselves from these certain people, because I feel like they're just stressing us out. They're bringing in, me and my wife would argue a lot because of these certain people. So we finally decided to, we need to remove ourselves away from them, so that maybe it'll help us out. And honestly, it did. We started being happier. We started being more alive. We weren't stressing out so much about these folks, and it started working. More positive things started happening to us as these people. We distanced ourselves away from these people. And that's another thing I can actually speak on, because it's something that I experienced, something that I did, along with, thinking positively. And the thinking positively thing, that's something I'm going to obviously do every single day from now on. So I don't want to spoil the book too much for you guys, just because I think that you should read it. It's just a really good book. And if you guys don't read, well, I'm not saying that you guys don't know, but if you guys if any of you guys are like me, where I can't physically sit down and read a book page by page, you guys can also do audiobooks, which is what I do, because I'm on the road a lot of the time, so I just listen to audiobooks, and that works out. Another thing back to the book, another thing she really stresses out is that, how I was saying that you have to visualize the money? Another thing she mentioned, which is a really good idea, is write it down, or do something where you're seeing it every single day, and you keep reminding yourself, okay, this amount of money, this amount of money, this amount of money. And it's not just about the money, it's also about career. Visualize yourself working for the company you guys want to work for. Visualize yourself and the career that you want to do. It's just keep writing it down, visualizing, pretend like you're actually doing that, working in that company, and eventually it'll come to you. That's that's pretty much the main point of this book, is see yourself wealthy or with a lot of money, or see yourself, either way, you're going to become wealthy in a career or whatever. But it's just, you have to visualize it, write it down, keep reminding yourself, this is the amount of money I want to make, this is the career I want to pursue, I want to retire with $5 million in the bank. It's just every day you have to do it. You have to do it. And that's one thing I'm going to start doing, is I'm going to carry a notebook around with me and write down my goals for that day, and write down my goals for that whole year or whatever, and then just keep reminding myself, I need to do this, I need to do that. Another thing she also stresses out in the book, and I know I'm using stresses out because she really does stress things out. It gets to the point where it's kind of repetitive, but in a good way, because she gives different points of views in different situations in the book. And so one main thing also is to make sure that you don't have any bad debt, like bad credit card debt or student loans. Another thing she said is visualize yourself paying off these loans, and it'll happen. Accumulate the money and then boom, pay it off. Obviously she's not saying don't ever have a credit card, because credit cards aren't always horrible if you know how to use them the right way. So that's another thing she does, is don't have any bad debt. And it's true, right now I have a little bit of bad debt, which I'm hoping that early next year I'll pay it off, and just boom, and then the rest of the year it's just going to be accumulating investments or whatever the case may be. And honestly, it's just, this book has just changed my perspective and the way that I'm pursuing things, because I feel like I had the right state of mind, but I wasn't going about things the correct way. I knew that I wanted to make money. I just don't know. I just didn't know how much money I wanted to make. Like, I just wanted to make sure that I had enough to pay the bills, to buy diapers for my kids. Now it's more like I'm gonna have the money to buy the diapers and food. I'm gonna have the money to pay my bills and extra money to pay off my debt. And it's not like hopefully I can get it. It's I'm gonna get it, sort of thing. So it's really awesome book. I know this video is going on for a little bit longer, but yeah, it's a highly recommended. I highly recommend it. Read the book, and if you can't read it, listen to the audiobook. The way she reads it is it's not boring. You can actually pay attention. Highly recommend it, guys. I'm gonna try to link it in the description below. If not, if for some reason, because I usually upload my videos through my phone. If not, remember it's called You Are Badass at Making Money. She's written 2 books. I think another one is called You Are Badass, and this one is You Are Badass at Making Money, something like that. But yeah, definitely read it, guys. It's an awesome book. I just finished it, and it honestly is life-changing. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm sorry for it's kind of dark. Again, I usually record these videos in my car while I'm driving. So yeah, and give me a thumbs up if you guys like these sort of videos. I'm definitely going to be doing more videos on book reviews, because honestly I have a little bit of time to listen to audiobooks. So yeah. And yeah, please subscribe if you guys can. Thank you so much.